Okay, so here's how to play Doom on your Nintendo Switch. First, you get a Super Nintendo emulator. And then you get the Doom for the Super Nintendo ROM, put it on your micro SD card, and boom, there's Doom on the Nintendo Switch. What, not advanced enough for you? Okay, fine. Get a Game Boy Advanced emulator. And then get the Game Boy Advance version of Doom, put it on your Switch, and boom, there's an advanced version of Doom on your Switch. Joking aside, if you have a soft-modded Switch, you can pretty much emulate every version of Doom that's ever come out for console. All the way from the Super Nintendo up to the PlayStation 1 and Nintendo 64 maybe. If you are using Android with your Switch, then definitely you can play Doom 64 that way. But emulations aside, there are two other ways in which you can play Doom on your Switch. The first one is the official Bethesda port, and I've got some things to say about it. For the most part, it's a fine port, but there's a couple of things wrong with it. For one, it's literally a Unity-based version of Doom. For two, the music plays a bit slower than the PC version. I don't much care for the sound font that they're using. There's no customization options, but that's just to be expected with a console version of a game. And some of the lighting isn't that great. Now there's one other way, serious way, that you can put Doom on your Switch, and that's with the homebrew ports. I myself have GZ Doom on the Nintendo Switch. This allows for a great deal of customization options, such as replacing the sound font, or choosing whichever Doom mod that you want to put in there. Also, the tempo of the music is the same as it is on the PC, because it really is pretty much the PC version. It's an OpenGL port of Doom, but it's Doom, like the full PC version of it, and more. You can look up, you can jump, and you can duck in this version of Doom. And the lighting is a lot better. Right, the lighting in the Bethesda port isn't all that much different than the lighting in the Game Boy Advance or even Super Nintendo versions of the game. Maybe it's a little better, but not by much. But the lighting in the GZ Doom port is superior. So while I think that the homebrew port, GZ Doom, is superior to the official Bethesda game because the gameplay, the controls are more modern, but the ability to look up, crouch, etc., and the fact that the lighting is darker in those areas, which really makes the game just look a lot better. There is one thing I've noticed, and that is the official version of the game that's been ported to the Switch doesn't drain the battery nearly as fast, or at least it seems that way. So I suppose that you can pick your poison there. Better gameplay or a longer battery life. But if it's battery life that you're after, I've noticed that emulating the Super Nintendo version of the game takes the least amount of battery. So yeah, just keep that in mind.